Today is the 15th of December 2011 at let's see what time it is. It's about 5 minutes to 10 in the morning, and this is Heater's X01. We're at a rest area here in Pensacola, Florida. This is mostly for a gas mileage check. She holds up good. I haven't got any trouble with reception for the radio. Don't have any trouble with the wind noise. It's normal. I get that on every car that I have. If I didn't have wind noise, I wouldn't want to drive the automobile. It'd be too quiet. And the windows work perfectly. With highway driving, I'm almost about 30 miles to the gallon, and I think the next time I fill it up, it will show 30 miles a gallon. City and highway, I'm getting about 27 miles a gallon. About 27.4 was the last time I checked for city highway. But this is going to be mostly highway, and that's why I'm doing this. She tracks perfectly. It doesn't pull left or right. It's normal steering. I've driven many cars. I buy a new car almost every year. And this is a new release, the Volkswagen Beetle 3rd generation, I'd call it. 170 horsepower, 2.55 cylinder Beetle, 2012 Volkswagen Beetle. This is the entry level, and I wouldn't advise anybody to buy anything but this. It has everything you need. It's got cruise control, it's got Bluetooth in it, it has everything. On the shifter for the windshield wipers, you have a little button that you press, and it will go through all the menu showing what the car is capable, of the temperatures, outdoors, engine, miles per gallon, all that kind of stuff you have. And you got everything you need, except for one thing I would like to have in here possibly, but I'm not sure that's what I want, is an armrest. And you can buy the armrest. But there's a little place where I put my stuff, though. It's a little pocket. Like, see right there, I put all my food. So I like that kind of stuff. And CDs are up there. Your Bluetooth is up on a ceiling. It's on this little knob here that says trip. That you press this button down, down and or up to shift through the menu. It gives you the temperatures and everything else of your automobile. It has cruise control. I wouldn't buy a car without cruise. And this is again on the base model. You take a look at the engine. I've rotated these tires. After you rotate the tires, you want to make sure that you check all your levels, air level, and bring it up to about 35 pounds in each tire. Okay. Here's the engine in Heater's X01, and it's a good engine thus far. You might want to drain out the oil out of it. You don't need to change the oil filter. It should drain out about 6 quarts, a little bit more. You might want to put just 6 quarts in it. You don't want to overfill it. You don't ever want to go over the dipstick fill mark. As a matter of fact, you might want to be a little bit below it or on it, but do not go above it. That's my advice. And I've got long years of understanding automobiles, I own the 2007 Volkswagen EOS and 94 Volkswagen Golf 3. It's not like this is the first time I owned a Volkswagen. It's the first car I ever bought was a Volkswagen Beetle. That was mine to drive. So, and I've owned a 66 Porsche. I restored that car almost, well, what I did is powder painted the engine, pulled the engine partly to put seals in it where it was leaking. I brought it back to the factory specs. This is not the 2.0 turbo, which has an oil filter right about where I got my hand. There is this wire, well, not wire, but it's a hose that runs over the top of that. And if I was you, I would try to reroute that wire, or that hose, I mean, around that oil filter so that you won't have any trouble pulling it off if you're changing your oil filter. They say there's free maintenance upwards of, 10,000 miles between oil changes, so that you take it into the Volkswagen dealer and they'll change your oil. No, it doesn't say what kind of, it says Castrol, but it wouldn't put Castrol in a car. It bubbles up. It's not worth 2 cents. Again, that's my advice for myself. Nobody has to do anything I say. But if I put this on YouTube, it's stuff that I do, and that's what it works. And hopefully it will stay that way. Now, there's one thing that is wrong with this automobile. They didn't calibrate the speedometer properly. It says 55 miles, when it says 55 miles an hour, you're doing 57. It's 2 miles over what it really is. And under what it really is, I'm sorry. It's under, 2 miles under what it really is. And I don't know if that could cause trouble for the engine. I don't know what it would do to the car. Computer, to have wheels that are rolling at 2 miles faster than what it thinks it is. Whether or not that could cause any grief, or an issue, let's call it an issue, and cause this car down the road to cough and choke and sputter and stall underneath lights like the Golf did. The 94 Volkswagen Golf sputtered and hiccuped and stalled underneath the lights when I stopped it, but the 2007 Volkswagen EOS did not do that. And so whether or not that has been remedied, I don't have a clue. If you go on the internet and the forums and you start reading up on the Volkswagens, the people are having those trouble still. This is a brand new model automobile. It'll be interesting to find out whether it's going to stand up or not. I hope it does. This is Heater, and it's X01 signing off for today.